Hello everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the Late Night Crafty Club. I always feel like a little Muppet when I do this. Do you guys remember being kids and waiting for the Muppet Show to come on? In the very end, Kermit would be so excited about this is the Muppet Show. I always channel that in my head as I'm waiting for the lights and the cameras to come on. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. If you are watching this as a replay viewer, welcome to the show. You know that most of the time, we have timestamps in our description box so you can jump ahead, skip around if you like. If you are live in the chat room, there's quite a few of you there. I want to say welcome. Thank you ladies for showing up. I'm so happy to see all your faces. Caroline says, waka, waka, waka. Hello. You guys are so funny. As we were waiting to go live, I was looking through the comments and stuff, and you guys are hilarious. The funniest part of the Late Night Crafty Club is right here in our chat room. So if you're always catching me as a replay, if there is ever a time that you can watch as a live member of the audience, it is so much fun. And how you make sure that you get in on a live is to check out our calendar, which we have on theresetgirl.com. You can see all of our live events, and you can also sign up for a text program that we have so that you do not miss a notification. So that number is texting TRG to the number 94253. TRG to 94253. And that way we can send you out a notification about an hour before our live event, and you will not miss anything. Now, if you are interested in our faith-based live events, we have a separate number for that, and that is typing the word faith to 94253. 94253 and typing the word faith, and that will send out a faith based notification, which is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 2 more live events. So tonight is our Late Night Crafty Club, and then tomorrow we are having a chapel crafting with Corey at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then at 2 o'clock we are having a Crafter Noon. Is that the name? I haven't done one in so long, I almost forgot the name. Crafternoon with Corey. So Crafternoon with Corey is our fun little short show, and I call it the more chit, less chat show. It's for those of you who just want to skip all the small talk and get down to business. So it's kind of like short on time. Just really want to have a real focused time in your playbook. That is what that show is for. So I do have some of you who love the long format shows like the Late Night Crafty Club, because you get to spend time canoodling in the chat room with other people like yourself, get to talk to each other. Many of you are experiencing quite a frigid evening. Our friends to the north, while those of us who are down more in the south and more in the temperate climates are just like, I was actually hot earlier. I had shorts on a little while ago, so I had to open all the windows back here just to make it cold enough to put my pants back on. That sounds terrible. So anyway, my blue wrench squad, ladies in the club who have the little blue wrenches, you are my smoters for the evening, which means you have the power to bink people in the chat room who do not want to behave themselves. You have that power. And Kathleen says that Matthew, her 13-year-old son, says, hi Corey, hi Matthew, welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. I'm so glad you're here. As a matter of fact, I happen to know Kelly Spangler has her 11-year-old daughter joining her tonight, Miss Amiko. Welcome to the club, young girl. And you're having mother-daughter time. That's awesome. And Kara Monroe in the chat room says that she is new. This is the first time she has been able to join us. So welcome, Kara. If you are new to the club, we always love to know, because that way our little welcome wagon can encircle you with crafty love and welcome you to the chat room, which is so awesome. So Tanya says it is a negative 15 degrees in Maine. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I've gotten to go somewhere that was negative 10 degrees, and I had never, growing up in California, I had never experienced weather like that and was actually afraid of it. I was afraid. What is that going to feel like? But it's not as bad as I thought. Certainly not a temperature you'd want to be outside too long, though, that's for sure. So I'm glad that some of you are getting to experience all of the temperatures of winter. Winter is such an interesting season because you have such a gamut of temperatures across the spectrum, you know, depending on where you are in the world. So it appears that Andrea is also new to the club. Hello, hello. So hi, Miss Charlotte. You're a newbie joining us from the UK where it's 2 a.m. I appreciate your moxie staying up so late to join us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hi, Jess Cole from Australia, who's in another day, I think, based on your time zone. And I'm so glad you were able to join us. And I am so sorry. It's so heartbreaking what is going on in Australia. I'm sending you hugs. It's just so super sad. Hi, Miss Mallory. So glad you're joining us, sweet friend from Australia. We've been praying for you guys. It's horrible what's happening. And I'm so glad that you're there. And safe, apparently, because you're able to be joining us. So for those of you who are on the praying team, I would love for us to be praying for our friends in Australia. This is like an unprecedented event, the amount of fires that are happening and the amount of wildlife that is not surviving is just, I can't even think about it. It makes me just tear up just thinking of all those little sweet animals. I know so many of us are animal lovers. So Miss Lady Prepper, who is quite the prepper, is letting everybody know that there are not enough likes going on this live right now. So one thing that we really, really love is when you guys give us a little thumbs me up. It's a compliment is what it is. And it also helps, you know, our channel as a whole. So when you're on a mobile device, it is not super fun. So I appreciate the effort of getting out of the chat room, going to the video, liking it, and then jumping back in. If you're on your TV or tablet or a computer, it's much easier to like me. But I like you, so please like me. Like me back. Please like me back. Yay, lots of prayers for Australia. It is just, the last thing I heard yesterday was that they have been sending firemen from other countries have been going to Australia, which I don't think that I've ever heard of that. And I know like here in America, firemen from other states will come and travel when there's like really big fires. And I live I'm currently in a state that has a lot of fires throughout the year. But a whole other country that firemen are going to help is just, I don't think I've ever heard of that before. And I just, that should tell you seriously how things are going. And, oh, Matthew's already going to bed. But good night, Matthew. Sleep well. Yay. April says the likes just doubled. Yay. So, Shelly K wants to know, what are we all crafting tonight? So, ladies, in the Crafty Club, I did put a post up tonight that says, hey, show us what you made during the show. So, it should be going live in about 2 minutes and counting. So, you'll be able to jump into the Crafty Club on Facebook and post, you know, what you make during the show, which, as many of you know the drill, please be crafting as I am chatting. You craft, I chat. And then we will get started. And yes, there has been a text that went out tonight. I got one myself. We're getting updates about where different people are aware of like firemen who have left our country and going that way. Oh, Linema says that she thinks Australian firefighters have gone to California. There have been some horrible fires this last year, like the last couple years. It's just... fires are just so, you just have, no one knows what's going to happen, because unless you can control them, it's just like, it is all prayer of how things come together and how things get put out. So I know that as an international club that we are from all over the country, all over the world. It's really wonderful that we can be supportive and encouraging to each other in the chat room. So let us know what you guys are doing in the chat. Let us know what you're crafting on. So let me go ahead and go through the list of all my little reminders that I have for the evening. Before I do that, I'm going to be Mrs. Rogers tonight. I have my little slipper socks, and I have a little foot mask. I thought I would combine a little self-care while I'm crafting with these little foot masks that I bought, feet masks, that I bought over, we're in winter time. I bought these during the summer and I never used them, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use them now. So these are from Aveeno, and they're like, they look like little, wow, they're like for really big feet. So we'll see how this goes. So apparently there's your little foot that you put in, and I suppose this is like a little tabby thing that I'm going to wrap around my ankle. So I'm going to get my foot care on because I have not had a pedicure in like months and months. I haven't had a pedicure, I can't even remember the last time. It was probably during the summertime. Got my little slipper on top of it, so I won't be slipping and sliding anywhere. And then I got another one on. Yay! Shannon says that she just signed up for the Harmony Retreat. Awesome! Shelly K says, what are y'all sipping? Shelly K is our cheerleader for the evening. So I'm sipping ice water. Super fancy. We have a lot of people who are doing different things tonight. Some of you guys are cleaning your craft room, which was awesome. Michelle thank you, Miss Michelle, is reminding us of a very important date coming up, which I didn't know. I didn't remember, but now that we're dipping into our playbook, we can be reminded here. Sunday, which is in 2 days, is one of the items on our winter bucket list is celebrate National Popcorn Day. So if you want to go ahead and make some popcorn on Sunday and check that off, you have it. The day has come, girls. Check. Like, do it slow, you know, enjoy every second of that check mark. Okay, so while you guys discuss what we are all sipping this evening, I'm going to go through our little housekeeping. I have mentioned Chapel Crafting with Corey is tomorrow at 11. Crafternoon with Corey is at 2 o'clock. And as of today, you have exactly 1 week to sign up for the Harmony Retreat. We are closing the doors and not allowing any more sign-ups after next Friday. So like Friday at midnight, like at 11:59 p.m., the doors close. So you have 1 week to sign up for the Harmony Retreat. And if you have already signed up, today was a very big day in the milestones of leading up to the retreat. Today was the day that all of our members can rush into the lodge at the Harmony Village, otherwise known as the Welcome Center. This is a momentous day because it's the day that you have access to your printables. So historically, I learned after doing Camp Reset that giving you guys printables each week, although that's easier for me, much easier for me, gotta be honest, much easier for me to do, because that gives me more time. It gives us more time. But what I feel is that with many of you who work full-time, it's much harder to get those things printed, especially if you have to take your things to have them printed. So we kind of switched gears the following year and give you all of the printables up front. And what I like to do is even give you the printables earlier than when the event starts so that you have even more time. So this is actually an unusual practice. Normally when you buy a workshop online, you get everything up front, like the day it starts, and like, there you go. So I kind of stagger this. And it's really to benefit you, to help not overwhelm you, to kind of help you ease into the situation. And today I released a video that walks you through the new printable process. We tried to make this the most smooth, harmonious, easy ever printing situation we've ever done. So you've been given a super tool to make that even easier for yourself. And I gave you a very more detailed video to show you how to even separate, divide up your printables, which I have right here. So for those of you who have already watched your video, here is the full-size printables that have been filed in my little file folder, and then I have another set that have already been all cut up, trimmed up, and I have those all set up here. So you have two different ways of handling your printables. And I have to tell you, these are probably the best printables we've ever done for camp, retreat, anything. I am in love. Like, I love this stuff. I can't wait to get it into my book. I can't wait for you guys to like get the workshops so that you can see how they all work together. And I really just feel like this retreat, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like in such a good mental space. I don't feel rushed and pressured. I feel like my good energy, like I feel more harmonious right now, and I feel like that's going to translate in how I communicate everything and how I've designed everything. So I feel really good about what's about to happen. It's definitely, my goal is for it to feel like a very peaceful experience. That's my hope, is that it doesn't feel like frantic energy. It feels like calm energy, and it feels like what I'm helping you build. This notebook will help you complete tasks in your playbook. This is it's a separate tool, but it will actually help you do your best work here. It will help you approach the different aspects of like your creativity, because you have set up things in your book that are going to help you work through different issues that we experience with like mental health, emotional health, physical health. There are some things that I've just come up with that I think are really fun, and I hope that you do too. You're basically creating a love letter to your future self. Your present self is building things that your future self is really going to appreciate, especially when you're going through difficult seasons. You'll be able to open your Harmony Handbook and find things in there that you created when you were in a good spot. So it is it's super exciting. This is like kind of a very one-of-a-kind experience, and I'm really excited to be releasing it into the wild. So you have one more week to sign up for that if you have not already. There are 30 sheets of printables, girls. 30 sheets. I'm fairly sure that might be a record for the amount of printables we've ever created for a camp, retreat at all. So we have these adorable dividers that we have created for your little Harmony Handbook. Doris Day, so cute. She's an advertisement for the Reset Supply Company. There's a little reminder about how crafting is really great for your mental health. So these are all little dividers that you're going to be putting into your Harmony Handbook. And so this is very one of a kind, very unique. We're going to be creating our handbook, which is essentially just a notebook. But we're going to be creating something that's kind of special and different. It takes some aspects of what bullet journalers do, a few of those ideas, but then we are making it more crafty, more delicious, more yummy, and really focused on a very specific goal. So this is going to be something I hope that you're carrying around with you, that it becomes kind of like your crafty bestie. That's kind of what I really want to impart. And so these are just a handful of the fabulous little like little printables included in here. And I have to say that my very favorite will be something you guys will see. I'll give you a sneak peek. But during the last week of retreat, you guys are going to have these fabulous little journaling sketch recipe cards. This is, I can't even, you guys, I love this idea so much I can't even. I have always, like, in my brain, when I think about different things that I do, different little techniques that I do, I feel like they're like little crafty recipes. And sometimes having like a recipe, a formula that I follow each time makes me feel like I don't have to struggle to create a page each time. I can reference pages I've already made that I super love. And so that's what these fun little cards are. They've given you 22 different ideas of pages that you can easily recreate in your handbook. And there is a whole workshop that's going to be around these, but I have to tell you how much I love these. I will probably be adding these to our shop and I will probably begin adding more of them to the shop because I think we should have a big old set of these. So this is just like one tool of many different things we are doing in here. So if you loved Camp Reset, it's very much a Camp Reset-y experience. There's only 4 weeks to this particular retreat, and each week we're going to focus on one aspect of ourselves. So we're going to focus on our emotional health, our mental health, and our physical health through crafting, through creativity. It's going to be super awesome. I can't wait. You guys, I seriously can't wait. These are the best. So you have all kinds of journaling prompts, different types of prompts. If you guys loved doing the Vision Board Magic live event that I did, and I showed you how I was doing it in a book, we're going to be doing that same thing, but in our Harmony Handbook. We're going to be doing quite a few fun little things like that. I'm going to teach you guys my little trick for how I resize images, how you can easily get them printed and put into your book. So you guys, this is going to be phenomenal. This is going to be well worth the investment. This is about investing in yourself. And really, if you are the kind of person that deals poorly with stress and it affects your creativity, if you deal with depression and that affects your creativity, your creativity is like a superpower. And it's something that gives you life in many different ways that you might not even realize. So when you are facing something that is inhibiting you from expressing it and using it to help yourself, that's what some of the tools we're going to put into our book are designed to do. They're designed to be something you can go to, your little crafty go-to to help you through some of the little wrinkles and valleys that we experience in life, because that's part of life. There are ups and downs. And I have found in my life that my downs, you can shorten the amount of time you spend in the valley. I can see my past. There have been times I feel like I chose to wallow longer. And there are times where I will really coach myself up out of the pit. So whatever I can do to shorten the stay in the valley, make it a very quick trip rather than a long-term stay, I would like to do. So I have always watched my crafting, creativity, whatever you want to call it, I've always watched that take a hit. It's not something I turn to when I do not feel that motivation. So some of the things that I want to introduce to you are a way of holding on to your motivation, holding on to that and seeing it more as a lifeline versus something that you just walk away from. So time to sip. Okay. So some of you guys are in printing mode right now as we speak, which I love. Get them printed. And we made things very easy to print this time because it's the Harmony Retreat. I didn't want you guys to have to deal with having to size anything or do back front printing. So everything you see is very easy. It's just very print. Put the paper in and hit print. It is the easiest I think we've ever had. And that is mostly just because I really rethought how to do some of the printables and just kind of make it like whatever I need to do to get them into the, whatever I can do to get them like into your book and get you going faster is what matters. So, oh, yay. Mallory says her soul needs some nourishing right now. So the Harmony Retreat is just what the doctor ordered. I love that. Thank you. So I am checking out well, Shannon, thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. She says, can I just say that every retreat camp that Corey and Mark have put out has been a freaking steal? The amount of content you receive for the price points is like nothing I've ever seen. Amen, Shannon. Amen. Mr. Crafty and I were just talking about that before we came on the live. The truth is, if I could get more people to sign up, me and Mark were like, we would rather bring the price down and have more people. It's absolutely, this is not about becoming rich and counting our gold coins. This is about trying to get what I feel are really great ideas, tools out into the hands of many, because I am trying to reach someone just like me, someone who I used to be. That's who I'm trying to reach. That's my mission. So, and so that's what this retreat is about. And it was a lot of fun. It was actually fun putting all these things together today and filming the video, which I just filmed yesterday. And that was really, for a change, it was a lot of fun because it was easy to explain. And I was really proud of the fact that it was so different than what we've done. So I was just like, yay, you guys are going to be so excited. And and I see you, Miss Sarah Burton. So, yes, so that is what is coming on the horizon, girls. We are about to see the peak of Harmony Village right there in the distance. We are about to get there. You are just a week away. We're going to have another live event next Friday night. It is like our little Harmony Retreat Eve party. It is open to the entire Reset community. So you guys can join me right here. Same bat time, same bat channel, just a different bat day. And we will be working in our playbook if you'd like. I can answer any questions you might have about the retreat. It'll be your last day to sign up. And you know what I'm thinking? It might even be a good evening to do a couple giveaways. Maybe some free admittance to said retreat. Might be a fun thing to do. But all that to say, it is something we put all of our heart and soul into, for sure. It like takes over our lives. And what I think is so awesome is I can already see it taking over my life for real. Tonight when we were getting ready for the show, this was like the first live event, and I don't even know how long, where I was telling Mark, I feel like I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs waiting for the show to go live. I wasn't scrambling to get everything written before it was time to go and searching for all my stuff. Like, I was ready to go. I was focused, ready. I had all of my notes down earlier today, and I was just like mentally, love it. And I already see what all of this focus on harmony, it's been doing to me. And I've been really spending time watching things, reading things, gathering things that all contribute to building harmony. And girls, I'm seeing the payoff. It's really it's a difference. And choosing to respond from a place of harmony rather than the way I want to respond. Not saying I'm perfect at this. I'm very new. This is like, I've still got training wheels on, but I can already see myself making better decisions and how I think about something. As an example, there's some teenage boys out there in the street playing basketball, playing some music out there. And I gotta tell you, I'm the kind of person that gets annoyed by noise because I'm an introvert and I'm sensitive to like noise and sound. It's just one of those things. It rubs me the wrong way. It's not something. My mom is completely different. She loves sound outside because it makes her feel like there's people out there. There's life out there. Things are happening. She likes that feeling because she's an extrovert. But I hear it and it's like, oh, grating on me, that bounce, bounce, bounce. So then I thought to myself for a second, I'm like, okay, hang on a second. Like from someone who approaches things from a harmonious point of view, how can you reframe this? How can you look at this different so you don't feel annoyed? And I thought to myself, you know what? Better those kids are out there playing basketball in front of, one of their houses, out there together playing basketball, than hiding in some alley or some field doing drugs, up to no good. They're just out there playing basketball. They're just being teenage boys. I'm past the age, like I'm past having a teenager who was a loud teenager. I'm past all that. So I think you get acclimated to like your environment being under your control and it's quiet all the time. So that was bothering me. But I chose harmony and I chose to be like, you know what? Let's just look at this in a more positive light. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like I'm really choosing a different path in my brain. And so that's what I really feel like is helping me in just framing the content for you. It's knowing what I have strove to build in my life and what I have chose to put around me and how I've gotten out of some of the mind frames or mindsets that I have had for a long time. those are things I think that we can be successful together doing in our community. And that when we go, so many of us go through this, then when you're together in the community, you can remind each other about, sorry, there was a little gnat. You can remind each other about things that you learned, workshops, little tidbits of stuff that you learned that you can encourage your fellow harmonizer or your fellow camper, or, you know, whatever that experience is. So, and I know, yes, many, Tiggerser says the same thing. She goes, thank God I'm not the only one, Corey. Sound sometimes exhausts me. It's not that we're mean people. We're not those mean ladies who are like, oh, I hate kids. It's just that sound is often, it's triggering, and it's abrasive to us, because a lot of us introverts are highly sensitive people that unfortunately are just wired in a way that the things are abrasive to our senses. And I wish I wasn't that way, that's for sure. You certainly can't change the world to accommodate you. That's 1,000% true. And Brandy's Happy Life says, yes, Corey, as a mom of 2 teenage boys, that is so true. Bring on the basketball. So I love that. Miss Jess says that she's never done an online class. So here, I'm going to present, just call attention to a particular comment, and you guys can certainly weigh in. I don't want to just speak from my perspective, but you can share with Miss Jess, who is asking if you've never done an online class or retreat before. And as someone who does struggle with, you know, mental health, would this course be one that is easy to follow at any level? So for those of you who have been through my different Camp Reset or Camp Wannacraft, how we present the classes and that kind of thing, are those things easy to follow? If you felt like some of the content we've provided was interesting, was easy to handle, all of our content tends to, I try to gear things towards easy crafting. I'm not super ambitious with that, and I try and keep it to be for people who are squeezing crafting into their life. They're trying to make room for crafting. So I am not somebody for like a mixed media artist or someone who's been scrapbooking for years on end. I don't know that I have a lot to contribute to someone who's already in that mindset, who loves crafting, is passionate about it. They don't need my little cheerleading. But somebody like yourself, Jess, you are who I target, if for lack of a better word. You are the person that I try to present this information to. You are who I am writing towards when I am working on this particular retreat, because that is, you are who I am. I am that same person. Crafting and creativity take a back seat when I don't feel up to par, which is extremely difficult when you have a creative business, a crafty business. So, but I will let you guys, Wanda, you're so sweet. She says she learned so much about myself watching you. I love that. What a great compliment, Wanda. So you guys just weigh in on that. I don't want to be the only one who speaks on it, because that's my opinion. As the teacher, you guys are the students. For lack of a better word, many of you guys have much to teach me. I'm just presenting ideas that are trapped up here in my head. So, yes, so there were 30 sheets of printables included in this retreat. So it was robust, but easy to print. And for those of you who were unaware, we have a new winter edition of the Crafty Club Playbook, which people are loving. It's compact little size. It's easy to travel with and craft in, and it's going to be much easier to fill up. I'm pretty excited. I haven't crafted in it since you guys last saw me, so I'm really excited. Sorry, Mark. Mr. Crafty is always trying to remind me to put stuff down on the tabletop so that he can show off. I am not used to the double cameras yet, so I forget that we have that fun little feature. And this time around, for just $10 more, you can sign up to get the whole workshop. So those are classes that I put together along with my very talented creative team. I think each team member did a video to show you some aspect of crafting in it that would be helpful to you. So that was a bargain at $10. So that is what 98% of you signed up for, was the workshop with the playbook. So and it'll teach you how to get it all set up 2 different ways. That's super fun. Also on the resetgirl.com, we have a special little winter schedule going on. So if you've been away for a while, if you're new to our community, we tried to make it really simple. Hey, it's winter time this season. This is what the community is working on. This is what we're all doing. So those of you who are OG, you might notice that we're not doing listers this season. I don't have a book club going on. I tried to keep it pretty streamlined because the focus for us is the retreat. And if that's something in your budget and within your bandwidth to do, I would love for you guys to be investing in the Harmony Retreat. I promise you it's going to be so much fun. 4 weeks, extra lives. There'll be 2 lives per week. And so I will not be doing another late night crafty club until the end of February. That's when the next public one is, because every Friday night I will be doing a live with the Harmonizers. And that's your new little name, by the way. Mark and I just started calling you guys that. So now you guys are the Harmonizers. So we will be having a spa night and a movie and spa night. And you guys will have, 1 weekly live, and then there'll be a one Saturday event. I will be having chapel, but it will be public chapel. So I felt like it was good to have everybody included. So I will have an extra few chapels coming this month, next month. So we updated our calendar, which if you are in the retreat, you will see all of your retreat events as well as the public events. They're all on there. And if you didn't sign up for the retreat, I think you can see them anyway. And it will just be a reminder to you of like, wow, look at all the stuff they're doing. If that might help encourage you to sign up as well. Yay, Victoria. I'm glad that you, with the double screen, you're able to participate better. That makes me happy. The journaling prompts for the playbook, Tamara's asking, they are one of the printables when you purchase the book. It's included. It's a sheet that comes with them. They're art journaling prompts, and I actually took mine, and they look like this. They're art journaling prompts. Sorry. They're art journaling prompts. I trimmed mine down, and I put them in the book so I wouldn't lose them. But they are one of the sheets that's included when you purchase. This time around, not only did we offer a workshop, but we also gave you guys a kit included with the book. So we made the price super sweet and threw in printables along with it, and including prompts and fun dividers. So it's definitely a format that I personally am very proud of. I think you get a lot of value for your money, and we're aware you have to print it as well, so we know that that's like extra expense that you have. But I think the end result is really awesome, and I think you guys are going to be really proud of yourselves when you finally have this little fluffy book that you've put a lot of effort into, and you'll have something to like turn the pages and admire all of your hard work. That's what I look forward to. So let me make sure, just to remind you, so our calendar's been updated. You guys can see all the new stuff going on. On Instagram, I am the Reset Girl. I would love for you to follow me on Instagram. I am posting again, and I am doing the Harmony Challenge. I plan on keeping this up. I can't promise how long I will, but I made a very easy peasy photo challenge to do, where it's basically you taking little snapshots of moments of harmony in your life, whether it's like your goal planning session or sharing your planner or sharing a moment of self-care or something that you love or gives you peace. You just get to take a picture, post it on Instagram with the hashtag the Harmony Challenge. So that was another way of like continuing to really build upon this word of harmony. So you guys, I don't know if you can notice, but I'm taking my word for the year super seriously. Like, I'm going to be so proud of myself at the end of the year when I'll be like, I had a whole retreat that I offered to hundreds of women that was all about harmony. So I have taken my word super, super seriously. And if you're wondering where I got this word, it's from the artist Colleen Attera. I actually filmed an unboxing video showing all the fun little versions of my word that I bought from her, because I buy one from her every year, and we will be uploading that to my YouTube channel super soon. But you can order your word. She takes orders throughout the end of March, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's through the end of March, but you can get your word made. She uses recycled, like salvaged material, and I don't even know how to describe what this material is. It's super lightweight. It's not plastic, but it's not wood. I don't know really what it is, but I have like almost all of the words I've ever done I've ordered from her. So Patty Elaine says, do harmonizers play harmonicas? That's a very good question. We should have a harmonica band. That will be one of the workshops we'll do, is teach you guys how to play the harmonica. Yay! Yes! Miss Serenity says that this is her first playbook and she loves everything about it. She just needs to remember to post. You guys, in this book, I wanted you guys to be really participating in the Crafty Club and posting your awesome pages. So there's a posting reminder bookmark that reminds you when to post and when you've not posted. See, already I can see that I didn't do my sharing a page or spread during that week, January 8th through the 14th. So this right here is a post in the Crafty Club. You just need to find it and you can add your page. I don't know if you can still do it because after the end of the week, I think she shuts down the comments on it. We also added these little boxes down here in the corner of each page that will be also a reminder that says, I shared this spread in the Crafty Club. So this will be a reminder to you that, oh yeah, I shared this. Because once you just look at this little list, you're not going to remember what you shared. So we actually have 2 ways of tracking what it is that you shared with us, which I love that. Love, love, love. Okay. And then just to remind you guys, there's a post in the Crafty Club on Facebook to let you know that anything you make during our live tonight, you can share in that post, which is really fun because to me, you guys are like posting in the little chat room. All of us can see the chat room together when the show is live, but it's really fun to actually see what you guys were working on at home. Like all of us weren't just sitting there on our little keyboard typing. We were actually making something. So it's really fun to do that. I would love for you to share that. And once you do that, if you're sharing your playbook pages, you can check that off for yourself. So it's like a win-win-win. Okay. So I just have, I mean, if you guys are chatting and I'm just talking at this point, I'm going to move that out of the way so it doesn't get hurt. So I wanted to mention that the last 2 Saturdays in a row, we've been doing a community-wide live event. 2 Saturdays ago, we did one called Declutter Day, and last Saturday we did Rebuild Day. So this was the opportunity for everyone to gather and work on decluttering their craft space, because I really wanted you guys to start off 2020 with a little facelift of your space and your stuff, and really try to minimize the amount of decisions you have to make in like all the stuff around you. Sometimes when you remove things, it helps you to really focus on like, oh, I forgot I had these, or this. I really want to focus on just using this particular product or these type of products. You guys may have noticed if you have kids and your kids can end up with a lot of things. And so when you start taking stuff away from them, they end up focusing more on just a few key things, and they really play longer with that toy because it's one of the few toys they have. It's sort of like that. The more stuff you kind of like cut away and really focus on the simplicity of just like the basics, the more you will enjoy crafting, the longer you'll stay at it, because you're not forced to make a million decisions. Should I use this sticker or that sticker? These embellishments or these embellishments? Paint or watercolor? So it kind of helps you be more focused with your time and makes that time more enjoyable, if that makes sense. So I am not suggesting that everyone just toss out everything you have. We went through a very specific kind of like process of like thinking about our stuff, and my suggestion was that you just get a bin and just start putting stuff in it that you haven't been reaching for, don't really use, not sure if you like, isn't perhaps a craft you want to focus on this year, and just put the bin out of sight, out of mind for a while. So it's kind of like a rest stop on the way to the journey of getting out to a donation pile. So letting your little craft supplies kind of see if you remember they're there, see if they really, really do deserve a place, a real piece of real estate in your life. And it's okay that you spent money on things and you just need to move forward and just like, hey, that was a mistake I made and I thought I would use it and I'm just not. Most of us get very, we feel guilt and remorse about the bad decisions we made because we had good intentions and didn't see it through. And now that thing is cluttering up our space because we don't want to part with and acknowledge to ourselves, okay, I literally wasted money on that thing. I'm going to accept that and move on. It's a very hard thing to say to ourselves. So that whole process of going through that just one time, just rip it off like a Band-Aid and get it down, will be so much better for you in the long run, because what you'll really be doing is spending more time actually crafting instead of avoiding your craft space. And it won't feel like you're always having to clean your craft space and clean up and not use your craft space as a receptacle or a holding spot for other clutter in your house. So Rebuild Day was focused on how to build a good system, how to use some very easy, very inexpensive tools to kind of organize yourself. And I did a lot of paring down. I was surprised. I didn't think that's what I would do, but I ended up paring down and I feel so much better. My space feels so much like more peaceful. And a couple things that I purchased, which weren't expensive, have just been, I want to say, like, game changing for sure. So a few of the things I showed, I'm just going to show them to you guys real quick again. I went and bought most of this stuff on Amazon because it's just my easy button. So there are these like little clear plastic envelopes. I have paper in them so you can see they hold letter size paper. I have all my honeys in here. This one has all of my like past challenges, Lister's Got a List, scripture. I put them all together, so I just had them because sometimes I use some of the prompts but not all of them. So I have 2 envelopes full of these things, and this is what they look like. And they come in a pack, these button versions. And Mr. Crafty, did you accidentally erase this one? Because it was on there a minute ago.
Oh, were you looking at it?
Where that pink...
move it.
Yes, I was just about to tell everybody. So why don't you copy and paste it instead of cut and paste it?
Because it'll make the list shorter and it'll be easier to find what I need.
Okay, so it's a clear button flap envelope, and these are $10 for 12 on Prime. So you could have these shipped to you in 2 days. And let's see, that would be less than $1 each, which I think these are awesome. And once you get them full, you could put them up in like a file box and kind of just be filing through your ephemera, printables. You could, if a lot of you have bought collections from us, this is a great way to store the pages that you haven't cut up yet, and you can easily access them. You can just put them in a really easy peasy box and file through them. The other style that I also like is this one. It's a zipper top. And it's gusseted, so it does allow you to put some extra paper, like a little bit more paper in it. So it's a gusseted and zipper top one. I actually, to be honest with you, I actually prefer the little button flap, using both of them. I reach for these more often, but I do have things in this one, and the gusseted part is why these are a good seller to me. These are $23 for 12 of them, so they are a little under $2 a piece. Those prices are better than where I normally see these products, which I have always historically bought them from the Container Store, which they end up being like 2 to 3 times more expensive. So this one I really like. And then they have a smaller version of the zip top. And I just want to show you really quick how I store these smaller zip top envelopes. I have this little plain wooden box I got from the garden department of Home Goods, or was it TJ Maxx? And I just have a bunch of these little envelopes. So in here I have like little honeys. This is the Playbook kit right here that came with the winter Playbook. Some of them have like ephemera that I'll just put in here for different types of projects. So I have a bunch of clear envelopes right here. This one has a bunch of honeys from the Playbook. This one had a bunch of different types of ephemera. And I have these. I bought these from the Container Store, so these are a little different. These are also button flap. I could not find any of this size on Amazon, so these came from the Container Store. And I have used these for several years now, and I absolutely love them. They just keep everything so nice, and they're so easy to travel with and then store, because look how you can keep everything like a little file box. So this is what you could do with the larger boxes and the larger files, is just keep them in a little storage box. It's a really great way. Filing your stuff vertically is a really awesome way of filing. It takes up far less space. And then like I said earlier in the video, you guys saw me, if you got a chance to watch the printable, you saw me use these style organizers. This is another one that's my favorite. I've used this for several years now, and it keeps everything together. It's larger. It's an A4 size, so it's larger than a letter size. So you can put folders in it like I have here. All of my Harmony printables are in here. And then you can file, keep them filed upright. I bought this from the Dollar Tree. These are the little, kind of like a check register type of, what do they call these? Canceled check file. You could keep receipts in here, but these were great. After I cut up all my printables, I filed them in here by each week. So that's how those ended up in here. And then the smallest version of these, this came from the dollar store, and this one came from Amazon. So this Amazon one is also linked on my favorites. I've bought this guy like 4 times. This is my 4th one I've purchased. I love this one. It's so sturdy and well made. And it's great for traveling because you can put ephemera in it, receipts in it. So that's why I end up buying them, is just to keep my receipts all organized in here. And then they have a dollar store version. It's not as well made, but it's actually flatter and smaller. And I was thinking this would be great to keep images, graphics, things that you print out from the internet that you want to like paste into your Harmony handbook. This is a really great size. It's pretty skinny, so it will fit into your little pouch that you're going to put your handbook in with. So the dollar store ended up being really great for these 2 organization tools. This does not need to be expensive. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on this stuff, but I can't tell you how happy it has made me to have all these little extra tools and folders and files and stuff, and they're just really simple to store. And I'll show you that right now they are currently in this little file box that I got from the Container Store. This is one of the few items I think is not expensive there. And so I have all these little clear envelopes that have printables in them. I have my self-care book that I made from like the first Camp Reset. Here's my Vision Pages book. And then this is from Camp Wanna Craft. This is one of my listers. Oh no, it's my faith one. It's my chapel crafting book. It's all my scripture writing. So that's what I have in here in this bin. And if I wanted to, I could put my playbook in here. Here's my Harmony book. This has got all my plans and my calendar for planning the Harmony retreat. That can go in here. So this is like my one little priority box of my current projects. And I have that just sitting on my bottom shelf. So those are my really like must-have, really loving. And then the other fun little thing that I've been loving is this enormous sticky notepad, which I also linked from Amazon. But these giant sticky notes are like, they're ridiculous. They're so big, but they're not. You could make a note and leave it on your kid's door. Like, this is the stuff that I want you to do today. It's their task list. It's dinner plans. It's, you know, look how huge they are. They're huge. So I just made a little note for myself about, like, as soon as I get far enough in planning the retreat and doing things, these are the personal things I want to tackle. It's my own little personal list. But I love these. They're so delicious. So who else? I mean, do we all need a giant sticky notepad? I think we do. So those are my must-haves. I'm loving life. I'm obsessed with them. They are just really, especially when it comes to all the paper, you know, that we love here at the Reset Girl. We have a lot of printables we've offered you guys. You just have a lot of papery stuff, and I have found that this has just been a dream organizing it this way. So I'm in love, and therefore I must tell you where to get the stuff that I have. I am doing what I do best, which is to enable you guys. And Miss Jeannie is asking for the link, which Mr. Harmony, I should change your name to Mr. Harmony. Mr. Crafty just posted in the chat room for you, Miss Jeannie, and thank you so much for asking to sign up. So, love. And yes, Natalie is asking, does decluttering for me mean more mystery boxes? It does indeed. I have a ton of stuff to release to you guys as a mystery box option, both here with us in the RV, and then once we get home to our storage. I have tons of never opened scrapbook stuff that I purchased thinking I was going to sell kits and all this grand stuff, and I never did. And don't really want to. I've kind of I want to go in a different direction, but I would love for you know, my craft supplies to find a new craft mother that will take care of them far better than I did. And this is time to get a drink because my throat is so dry. Miss Eileen asked about how she had purchased the playbook and the videos. The playbook doesn't get sent to you. It is actually in the videos. So if you open up your workshop, I think the very first thing at the top will say, here's your files. So we did it differently this time so that it would make it easier to have all your videos and then have the playbook files right built into it. It would prevent us from having to have two different steps for you guys, have to get things through the store and then get things through the Teachable site. So it's like one-stop shopping. So we don't actually have to send you anything. If you have access to the videos, there are your files. They're right there for you. And thank you for your purchase. The Crafty Club playbook is, that is a good question. I actually don't remember what we charge. If you want just the book, it is a different charge than if you want the book and workshop. Mr. Crafty, can you post a link in the chat room to the page that has all of that information for Miss Sarah? So yes, I have not forgotten the mystery boxes. We were just talking about them today. Once we get retreat underway, I'm hoping that in February, if not February, March, Mr. Crafty and I will be able to release all the physical product that we have with us. We have tons of sticker sheets, we have mystery boxes, and we have the Reset Your Goals kits, which is like delicious scrapbook, manufactured scrapbook quality product. Like they were done by like a scrapbook manufacturing company. So they're not like the stuff we made ourselves. They're like packaged delicious. There's a stamp set. It's so good. I can't even tell you. Anyway, I have all that stuff with us. So we're going to try to release more the physical product sometime in February is our hope. So that's my goal. Okay. So are you guys ready to jump in? I'm pretty sure I've covered, well, yes and no. I just thought of a couple things I wanted to share with you guys, just because they've been really helping me and stuff I'm just really interested in. So I thought I would just share with you as I worked in my playbook. So I'm going to grab my playbook. Ta-da! Grab my playbook. It just took 1 second. Okay. So warm right now. It's warm in here. Okay, so jumping into the Crafty Club playbook. I have to like figure out where I am with things right now, because I literally haven't worked in here since you guys last saw me. So I don't want to celebrate now. Alexa, dang it, Mr. Crafty unplugged my Alexa. Mark, would you mind noting the National Popcorn Day so we don't miss it? I really, really want to check that off. As a matter of fact, I can check off a couple of these things. I did start a new planner. Check. And I have set goals for the year. Check. And this is hilarious because I made such a big joke about this in our last show about how I wasn't going to go on a winter hike, but I would go on a stroll to my mailbox, because that is exactly how little exercise I've been getting lately. And I haven't even done it. I am so filled with shame right now.
it's like a marathon. You have to work up to it. You've got to start your training, like going to the fridge.
Thank you for enabling me.
Going
honey.
to the couch.
Thank you.
Once you get those down and you do those consistently.
Oh my gosh. That's too funny. Okay, so I hope that makes you feel better that I didn't even do the one thing that I said I was going to do. Okay, so here's my mood board. I think I saw Lisa post her mood board in both of the groups. Lisa's on our creative team, and it was like plastered with all of the goodness. Like she had it covered from top to bottom with basically was like a vision board. So you can treat your mood board pages as a vision board spread if you wish. Absolutely you can. So January, which we are now officially halfway through the month, and I have documented nothing. However, it is a good time to start filling stuff in, because now stuff has happened. So right now I am currently watching, and I don't even know if we're going to finish watching it, because I think it just takes so much brain power to watch it. I love that. I love how Alexa always responds well, this is funny. We could, like, I've heard people say that, you guys will tell me that it responds, but I notice if you watch the commercial on TV, it does not. My thing doesn't respond to hearing a commercial even when they say her name. Awesome. Karen says, working on my winter mood board tonight. Okay, so what have I been listening to? I have been listening to Dr. Tony Evans. And I'm sure for those of us who are familiar with Dr. Evans, who he is, and that he has recently lost his wife, I'm sure all of us are praying for him. I think that his response is nothing short of like what I would have expected such a great man of faith to do. Like that's what I think I expected him to be that way. As painful as it probably feels, the fact that he showed up to church the very next day to preach a sermon and has not missed a day of preaching in his church, that is exactly, I guess, what I would imagine he would do. But I have been listening to his sermons on YouTube, for sure. I have been reading the book Journal to Self, and I have just started reading, because I'll read them in like little bits and pieces, Elastic Habits. I have been creating the Harmony Retreat. That has been my creative outlet. What have I been dreaming of? Being a better manager of life. Planning 2020 TRG events and projects. Simple. That is going to be our big mantra. Holly says, Dark is so good. I actually prefer the version with the subtitles, but it does take a lot of brain power in rewatching. It's a hard show to watch. I feel like I need to take notes when I watch it. It takes a lot of brain power. You have to be, I think, kind of smart to watch it. Okay, so yay, Justine's picking up her playbook at Staples as we speak. Life at the Corner Castle says she listens to Jennifer Allwood every night as she goes to bed. That's awesome. Jennifer Allwood is, I have not listened to her, but I have purchased one of her like ebooks that she has. I'm sure she has the little southern accent. Amy just confirmed the same thing I just said. She says, yes, you're right. I've got the Amazon Firebox and it does not respond to that commercial. And it's sitting right next to the TV. I suspect, this is my conspiracy. I think that they did something when they filmed that. Because why does that one commercial does not trigger her? Because they clearly say her name. And yet if I said it through a video, if I listen to somebody who, like on YouTube, who has one and they say it, boom, it reacts. But that commercial does not. And I almost feel like they did it on purpose somehow. They did something. There's something that they do in the recording that she doesn't respond to. Oh, Diana, thank you so much. Emmy says, I just started listening to your podcast from the beginning. That's awesome.
Glue stick down.
Glue stick down! Glue stick down, Serenity says. Glue stick down. It's the official battle cry of the Late Night Crafty Club. When one of our friends is able to kill a glue stick because she's crafting so much that she uses up her precious glue stick, we must celebrate this. We must do a little dance. Do a little dance. Make a little crafts. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. Okay. Amy asked, what's the music in the background? It is a playlist that we put together just for our show, and it comes from, I put a bunch of different songs on it, and it comes from Epidemic. Is it Epidemic Sound, Mark? So Epidemic Sound is a website for people, largely people who have YouTube channels and just need a bunch of like copyright free music they can use in their videos and not get dinged. So I go on there and make a bunch of playlists that I can play during my lives, and that way you guys can hear something lovely, and that's where it comes from. So what am I obsessed with? Can I just tell you? Look, I have a little candy dish. Here's one of my obsessions, and I'm sorry right now I'm sorry if this if this triggers you into eating a bunch of candy, but the dark chocolate and mint swirl I'm obsessed with. I feel like when I look back on the Harmony Retreat, to me the Harmony Retreat is going to have the flavor of dark chocolate mint because I've eaten so many of these while I've been planning it. It's like dark chocolate mint and beef jerky, the official flavors of the Harmony Retreat. Because I am terrible when I work on things that cause me like to feel a little anxious and like I'm putting so much brain power into them. I feel like there's always a snack that I just become obsessed with. A lot of times I try to make it be popcorn, like homemade popcorn. But for some reason, this retreat, it's like being pregnant almost, because you know how you have like cravings? I have been just obsessed with these. I have but I don't eat them in one bite. This was actually like 4 bites for me. I make it last. So it's not like I'm eating a whole dish of these every day. Mr. Crafty's shocked at how long I can make something last, but it's true. So yes, they do match I have a green shirt and a green and green. So let's just put those down. Dark chocolate, mint doves, and peppermint mochas. Why did you guys not tell me about peppermint mochas before? I finally decided to try a peppermint mocha around Christmas time, and then I found out that they are actually available all year long, but I did not know this. I late to the party, but I had one today. I found out that they don't just come hot. You can actually order them iced or blended. Didn't know that either. So today I had my first iced peppermint mocha, and I thought I died and gone to heaven. It was so delicious. So that's kind of like, I'm telling you guys, dark chocolate mint. It is the official flavor of the Harmony Retreat. I'm sure I'll have a little bag of these during the entire time I have it. And when we have our movie night, I'll probably be snacking on these. So, Michelle says, I love dark chocolate, but no mint. Fair enough. Mint is not for everybody. Not everybody loves mint. There you go. Nicole says, Girl Scout cookies will be my Harmony snack. Yeah, start planning your Harmony snacks, girls, because a true retreat, self-care, soothing, cozying up, it requires a little snack. And I'm not even saying it needs to be an unhealthy snack. I am not suggesting, I'm not pushing you towards the chocolates or anything like that. It could be definitely something that's good for you. That is actually good self-care, is that you're putting nourishing, yummy things into your body. But I'm just saying, I'm just being real. This is where we're at. Ginger says, is that on the supplies list? It should be. You guys will thank me later. Those of you who do not have aversions to mint. And I usually do, I'll be honest. Mr. Crafty puts mint in a lot of his smoothies, like fresh mint, and I can't drink it if he does that. But somehow I have no problem with the fake mint mixed with chocolate. So yay. Colette says chili mangoes are her thing. So like, you know, like the dried mango, and it has like the little chili powder on it. That could be very delightful. Emmy loves matcha lattes, iced or hot. Emmy, that was my second choice today. I was debating between a matcha latte or the peppermint mocha and the chocolate mint one. So, hi Eileen. She says she's always late to the party. Yes, Miss Hannah, after 8 mints. I have had them before. Well, I don't want to go into all of the snacks that I'm hiding right now. We'll just say, yes, I have a variety of chocolates and mint. I don't necessarily want Mr. Crafty pawing through my snack box either. Okay. So, Harmony, girls, this is really something I want you to think about beyond just the retreat, is really think in the long term about this whole path that we're going in 2020 and what harmony can look like in your life and the different ways that it's really just a balancing act, you know, having more peace in your life so that you are able to kind of manage and take care of your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health, so that they are all in balance, that you end up feeling good, you know, good inside your skin, good inside your life, like you feel like in a good place. That's really the overarching goal, and there are many things you can do to achieve that. Everyone's different, so people have different things that matter to them, priorities that they have that would make them feel good. For me, what I've concluded is that becoming a better manager of life in general would make me feel like I had harmony and balance. So there's areas that I'm terrible at. As a 48-year-old woman, I am absolutely mortified at how bad I am at certain things. And even I have been a single mother for almost 20 years. You would think that I would have managed certain, achieved certain statuses. And I know that, like my daughter will tell you all kinds of good things about how I made her, food from scratch a lot. I did not have certain things in the house because my mom didn't. So I was like, I had some good habits. But as far as like managing certain things, like managing money, that's not something I've ever been good at. Managing a home, like having a home run like an efficient machine, never good at that. And food, like meal planning, never good at that. Especially in my adult years. By myself as a single woman, when it was just me, yes, excellent at that. as a married woman with a husband, not good at that. So my goal is becoming a better adult. I'm going to be an adultier adult in 2020. I'm going to learn to manage meal planning, my home, my self-care, and not just the parts that are fun, but like the dentist, the doctor, blood work, finding out what's wrong with me, like deep diving on taking care of my body, the whole 9 yards, even if I don't like it. Exercise, all that stuff, learning to make peace with that, just accepting it, that it's part of extending my life, you know, and then money. So those are the adulty areas of my life that I really need to get better at managing. And some of you guys are awesome at that, awesome at it. That's my goal. So to that end, I have already started that little path of like, there's been some channels I've been watching on YouTube that are so inspiring. And I've been watching them every day, or like listening to them in the background while I work on my stuff. One of them, I want to tell you about 2 channels that I absolutely love. One of them I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. So Jordan Page has a channel called Fun, Cheap, or Free. Her channel is actually her name and Fun, Cheap, or Free. So her name is Jordan Page. And she is very much an extrovert. She's super fun to watch. She has a very large family. She has 8 children plus 2 on the way. And she does a lot of videos about having cleaning routines, morning routines, evening routines, how she budgets money, how she budgets her time, how she manages her time. She has, she's just very entertaining to watch, and I feel like I've learned a lot from her. I find that women who have like a large household to run are really good teachers because they have had to learn how to manage little people and do things. They have no sick days. They have no time off. They have to run everything like a small military. So I find them to be very inspiring, and it kind of makes me wish I could have a do-over. Like, could I just have my child's youth back and just like do that over again? The other channel I'm obsessed with, I watch her every day, is The Minimal Mom. And what my biggest takeaway is about the whole decluttering thing and becoming a more simpler person, having less stuff. It cuts out an enormous part of your life, taking care of your stuff, doing stuff with your stuff, picking up after your stuff, moving your stuff. So yeah, see, quite a few of you are like, I love Jordan. Yes, I love her too. I've been watching her longer. I've been watching her for a couple years, but I'm new to The Minimal Mom, and I cannot say enough good things about her. I love her channel. I watch every one of her. I'm going to be working through all of the videos she's ever made because I really love her so much. And I feel like she's sort of like she's actually younger than me, so she's like my little smarter, more capable sister. And I feel like stuff like that is the kind of thing that once I have this like momentum going and like I begin to apply all of these things that I'm doing, I bought the Busy Budgeter. I bought her workshop that teaches you how to do 3 of the things on my list. I feel like I'm going to be in a really good place that I can roll a lot of that kind of content into the Reset community and help us as a community, whether that's just having like a group that's sort of like an accountability group where we just sort of like, yes, our crafting life is awesome, but then all of these adulty things we have to do, here's tips, here's recipes, here's things about adulty stuff that we have to do that we have in this like other little group. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Mostly because I feel like I need accountability too. And oftentimes when you set about a goal, when you kind of make yourself accountable with other people to do it, don't we often find ourselves being more successful? So, aw, Renee, you're so sweet. She says she loves the Reset Girl too. Aw. So here's the bottom line. This is my biggest takeaway. By learning how to manage these other aspects of life, this is what I want to be. This is the big sister that I want to be to you, is when we get all of this stuff down and we manage that and it builds more harmony in our lives, then we have more room for the crafting and we have more room for the creating. And then that's like where my little superpower comes in, is being that friend to you to help you get there. get you so that you are in that place to be encouraged to craft, create tools for you to do that. That's why we're doing all the summer camp and the winter camp. It's to help kind of like put a little pause in your year and help you focus on some things and then get you back out in there again. So my contribution to the adult stuff is helping you create some tools and a process so that you build more time, you have more focus in your creativity. You don't see it as a guilty pleasure or something selfish or something that takes away from everyone else. You see it as a necessity, like taking a vitamin, going for a walk. It makes the top of your self-care list because it's what fills your bucket. And if it didn't fill your bucket, you certainly wouldn't be listening to me right now. And you wouldn't be in our community, and you would be doing something else on a Friday night. But we're all here because this is what fills our bucket. But for better or worse, we are women who really like the crafty stuff, and we like pasting things and cutting up paper and playing with stickers. And whether we do it in a planner or a notebook or a Bible or, one of the millions of journals we have around, that's who we are. And we have found a community that speaks to us. And this particular community embraces you, welcomes you, encourages you when you're not going through, you're in a creative rut. Here we are, friends. And Mr. Crafty and I throw the camera on a Friday night so that you have a friend on the other side that says, welcome, let's craft together. Well, actually, tonight's been more like, why don't you just listen to me rant while you you craft, and I'll just sit here. But I'm actually going to craft because it's time. It's actually been more than time. We're like way past my usual chit chat. Sometimes the crafty club, though, is the late night chatty club, and I know you guys know that. Tomorrow, as a reminder, if you've joined us late, tomorrow is Chapel Crafting with Corey at 11 a.m. on the same channel. And at 2 p.m., these are both Pacific Standard Times. At 2 p.m. is the Crafternoon with Corey. So we have 3 live shows going on this weekend. And Amy, thank you so much. She says that she's so glad I found you, Corey. I am so glad too. And what I love is that it's not just me. My YouTube channel is a sad, neglected little channel. I would love to finally get, and I feel like that is where I'm headed, girls. I want to be a YouTuber who goes, I post videos every Tuesday and every Friday. Let's just throw those days out there. That is my 2020 goal, is to be able to say, you guys can count on me for video content on this day and this day. It's going to happen. This is it. I have cut away so many things I used to do just to get me on this path. So that's what I love. And that's when I can just be like, hey, it's just you and me, girl. Let's just talk, you and me. And then there's these live events that are broader and they include all of us. And then so it's like you're finding the whole community. Like there's a whole hundreds of women standing behind me. Hundreds of them to embrace you, to welcome you into the community. That's what the live events are like. That's how I envision them. So I just got to get that YouTube channel going. I do. Because the more I love other people and they really speak to me, and I really look forward to watching the next thing. That's how I want people to feel about my channel. So I need to work harder at getting more content up there and less long content because there are some women who are like, I have no time for that, Corey. I love you dearly, but I cannot sit with you for 2 hours while you chat. So I want to have more of a balance because I feel like that's how there will be more people willing to watch my videos. Okay, so my done list this month, which I'm going to say this, my done list was launching the retreat and opening the Welcome Center. So those are my 2 main things. And it's mid-January. What else have I done? I've already started the process of different things, you guys. I'm really super proud of myself. I really feel like I have the eye of the tiger this time. And my health is definitely mixed into that, as it is for everybody. I think we all kind of have aspirations of having health goals. So that's not to say that that's not one of them. But I feel like when I have those things better managed, it then further frees up what's going on. Plus, I just had blood work done by a legit doctor and everything. So I want to see what's happening and why I'm having a huge struggle in losing any kind of weight at all, no matter what I do. So I'm in that process. So yeah, I'm going down the road of being adulty, of self-caring, and feeling really good about it. Feeling a lot of harmony in this time. So I see that there's a lot of multitasking going on in the chat room. Okay, so January winter. I have taken more photos for January, that's for sure. Isn't this funny, you guys? Now you can see me on camera. I'm wearing the exact same shirt in this photo that I am on camera, and you can clearly see me sitting here at the desk wearing a green shirt, and yet this in the photo it is royal blue. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen a printer do. It's truly baffling. But I digress. So I'm just flipping my page. Here's my February spread, which I don't have to worry about. And moving on to the activity pages. So I'm going to pick something easy. This was something I did, which, you guys, I didn't date this. So now, see, that's why you date stuff, because now I don't know which date I did this on, except I do. The last time we had a late night crafty club was January 3rd. So let me get my stamp so I can mark that down. Okay, I've reorganized myself so well I didn't remember where I put my stamp. Okay, we're back on the track. We're back on track. So let me stamp this. January 3rd was the late night crafty club. Okay. Okay, so this writing prompt, which actually you could write multiple lines about it, but I'm just going to put one word. I've been trying to handwrite more lately because doesn't it seem like we've all turned into a bunch of hand printers? Maybe you are a hand writer, but I have been printing for a very long time and I feel like I'm losing my ability to handwrite. So I am there. Done. Which I'm going to go back to my page now. Remember, there's a checklist back here to help keep you on track. These are the pages. So now I have officially done my winter journaling. Here we go. I did my Dress the Honeys, which I made a note. Here is the build a washi snowflake. Here is a create a collage with torn paper. So I apparently did that. I have not finished my word search. Oh, by the way, I talked to Kelly about this because both of us were trying to figure out how this word search ended up being different from all the other word searches we've done. And not understanding. So we use an automatic word search generator, and this particular time, some of the words that appear that are two words, like warm tea, hot chocolate, they're not appearing to be like all one word like normal. They're like showing up in different parts. So you'll have hot over here and chocolate over here. So I am so sorry, you guys. And we can't figure out, well, how did that happen? So you're going to find that some words are separated, unfortunately. Okay, so I think I'm going to jump into, I did my embellish the tags last show. So I was very good about checking off. Plus I can see here that I actually shared this in the Crafty Club, which is why these little check marks exist, because you're going to forget what you shared and what you didn't. I see a couple people asking about the shirt that I'm wearing. I was testing new merch products. So I was testing other stuff that I wanted to release, and I haven't. It's a shame on camera that it looks like it's forest green, because it's actually a gorgeous, bright Kelly green. It's really pretty. But I haven't, this has not been made for sale yet. And we have quite a few shirts that we designed that we have not released for sale yet. Only because I want to make sure that I've tested everything, that I know that like this is the right shirt with the right design, the right color, and all that good stuff. So after the retreat gets going, then we will have some new merch to offer. We do have some new stuff coming. So Emmy's asking, what is everyone working on? So that's the official, this 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. That is the question. What are we all working on right now? Oh, and someone said chili is not spelled correctly either. You know what? I think I discovered that too. I noticed that too. I was like, there's only one L in chili here. So I am so sorry, you guys. It's an automatic generator, and it doesn't keep track. You don't get a key. Like, it doesn't even tell you like what the answers are. So we're going to change our process and how we do it going forward, so that is not an issue. So like, we'll actually have somebody will actually complete the word search and make sure like these are where all the answers are, and then we'll put it into the playbook. So I do apologize. Chili just has one L this season. It's a special chili. It's you guys, unless you like live on the West Coast, you wouldn't know. Sorry Deborah about that. Yay, Celia says, I have one of my little Murphy monkeys on my desk. I have a little bag of Murphy, they're like misfit Murphys. They all have like little issues with them. They were like imperfect Murphys. So I was thinking what I would do is when I release the mystery boxes, I was just going to put a Murphy in each box. Send them off to their new home with all of their imperfections. Excellent. Some of us are, wow, Amy says it is 20 degrees outside. I wish it was that cold here. I seriously do. It would be so awesome. Yeah, Megan, I don't know. It's one of a unisex shirt, which so I'm sure that the dudes are not interested in Kate Spade. But I saw it and I was like, I bet that green would look amazing with the pink and orange. And it does. But on camera, it reads very, I can see it right now in my little playback. I don't know if on YouTube it will look that way, but it does look very like forest green, which I wouldn't order a forest green shirt. But in this. So Emmy says,
Top down.
What? What?
What does it look like on the top down?
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, see how dull it looks? It's apparently the most mysterious color of green ever, because every camera shows it different, and my printer printed it out as royal blue. So it's one of those, it's like a mystery green. It doesn't want to be seen or captured. Okay. So we have lots of people explaining what they're doing, and I just took Miss Kimberly, I did not. So I don't remember specifically what the doctor is ordered all the blood panel and all that stuff for, but when I get through the first appointment of what happens when I get my results back, then I'm going to push forward for the other things I want to have tested, because I truly do not understand what is going on, that I could spend 30 days being absolutely strict on a low carb diet, like really low carb, and lose nothing. That has never happened to me. I've lost lots and lots of weight before. Very healthy, like doing all the things, but so going to the doctor was definitely the next step, because that's going to be really crummy if I have to. I don't know. I just don't want him to tell me you're going to have to accept this. You're going to have to accept being chubby the rest of your life, because that's going to be really sad. Sloan is printing all of her Harmony retreats. Yes. Tracy, yes, the music did stop. Mr. Crafty, could you help us with that music? Okay. I'm going to create a collage. That is what I'm going to do. Your what?
The web page.
Oh. Mr. Crafty is. Okay, well apparently the word is misspelled, but it's just chill. Miss Ginger, the mat that I use that you were asking about, this came from Target, and I've had it now at least, I've had this for like 4 years, so I truly doubt that they have it, but I could be totally wrong. Some of you might be like, oh no, they have it. So if you've seen this at Target, guys, confirm to me that they still sell it, but that's where I got it from, was Target. And it's a mat for the kitchen table. It's like a dining mat. I've just been using it as a crafting mat to keep the glue off of my tabletop. Okay. So I always find that with collages, the easiest thing is like building a grid. That's kind of one of my easy buttons. Like, yeah, easy button. So I'm just finding some random stuff in my stash. Everything that's like a rectangle or a square is what I'm kind of going for right now. Wow. Ooh, I didn't realize these got tucked in there. This one's cute because it's like a little card. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this must have been a card that you, oh, Claremont. That's in Southern California. This must have been a little card, like if you went to play bridge, or I think it's like that. Like if you, I think that's what it was for. Something like that, because you can see that there's like a little scorecard in here. I'm going to skip that. Ooh, tickets I've never opened before. These are these fun little Instagram-y type pictures. And I wish that I knew where I got these from. I bought them online, and I'm kicking myself because I can't figure out what store they came from, and I wish I could order more. They're like these really super cute little kind of Instax style photos. So I don't think there's perforations here. I feel like there's. So these are these old vintage British bus tickets. Okay, let me see here. So I could add like a little place where I could add some like journaling right there if I wanted to. Ooh, here's one that says happy. That's a good picture. That's a good element, I should say. I need something to go right there. Last night I watched the movie Dumplin' on Netflix. It's been on there a while. It has Jennifer Aniston in it, in a role that we have not, I don't know, I haven't seen her play a role like that before, where she's kind of like a mom like that, and it was very good. If you have been on the fence about watching it, it actually was much better than I thought it was going to be. It was very heartwarming. Okay, let me see. What if I put this? No, that's too much. Okay, so I love building arrangements like grids. There's something so, I don't know, it's like really easy to do. And then I could write something right here. So I think I'm going to lay that down like this. That just took like a minute or two to put together. Thank you, Miss Trisha. I do too. This came from Mountain Girl Melodies. She made this for me. This little cuff bracelet is the center of the story of Godwinks. It's how the whole Godwinks got started for me. Beginning of it. Well, it's actually one of many Godwinks, but it definitely resulted in a physical item that came to me. When I do my Faithful Girl, many of you have seen me talk about it, have come to my workshops and heard the stories. But when I do my online version, I will repeat them all over again because they're my favorite. Godwinks are my favorite thing to talk about in any workshop I've ever taught, ever. Yay! So, Sloan says that she loved that movie. Mom, Amy said that she loved. Hi, Miss Amy. That she loved that movie too. Megan said it. That's right. It is based on a book, isn't it? It was really cute. It's nice to be able to watch like a feel-good movie that isn't like super, I don't know, ridiculous or silly or over the top. And that girl, the one that took second place, oh boy, could she sing. That was so cool watching her sing her song. And she sang a worship song, which I thought was so cool that they had her sing a worship song. And I thought that was really cool that she took second place. Not first place, because that would have been kind of like unbelievable. I think that was way more believable that she got second. Sorry if I just ruined the movie for everybody. Okay, so yay for this. I know. I should have stopped while I was ahead. Did you watch it, Mark, or did you fall asleep? I don't think you watched it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, it was really cute. Okay, so finding.
I enjoyed it that you enjoyed it.
Well, that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna do expecting. So I'm gonna put a couple word strips on here, which I love word strips so much. I think they're such an important necessity of doing a layout. I don't know why, they just feel like a finishing touch to me. So my thought is to kind of like use this white space right here to kind of like put a little message. So I'm going to use one of these stickers, which tend to be kind of long, and then you can kind of cut them in half and stack the words up. Here's a really good encouraging message. You are capable of becoming more than you realize. Well, I just want to be a much adultier adult than I am. So there's hope for me. I love that. It is never too late to become an adult, a better adult, a more capable adult. Glue stick down! Yay, Kathy! Good job, girl! Good night, Anne. Oh, that's sad. The preppy crafty girl. These are totally within the TSA size. She says that they took them away from her. They actually allow, on their guidelines, they allow you to have a 3-inch scissor blade, which is shocking. But they said they were too sharp. That's kind of weird though, right? I'm sorry you lost them. I had a pair of gold scissors taken from me in Germany, and it was the saddest saddest moment watching them literally get thrown in the trash. I begged them, please give them to your girlfriend or your wife. Take them home. For God's sakes, don't throw them away. They're like, sorry, lady. We're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to take stuff home. So, in Germany, I watched these get thrown in the trash. It was really sad. Okay, so there's my collage. Create a collage with embellishments. So what do we do when we finish one? We go here up to the front where our intro pages are, and we go ahead and check it off. So I created a collage with embellishments. For lack of a better word, there really is just, I can't think of a good word for them. So here's my little, remember you guys, in this particular spread, there's the checklist challenge over here. So as you finish things, you check them off. Well, there is bonus checklist challenge prompts down here, which this is one of them. So I got to finish that. Use something sticky, fill a page with washi, create a collage with a punch shape, create a design with stickers, journal about your day, embellish your page. I attended a late night Crafty Club show. Yes, I did. I get to check that off. Create a collage with strips of paper or fabric. I'm going to say that what I just did was, I'm going to say it was paper. That's close enough. Add 3 different, okay. So here's different things that help you jump into your book and kind of like do different things. You can use this as a guide as well if you want to. This is the checklist challenge. Unless you just, you turn to your activities and go, I don't need any challenge or prompts. I can just jump in and do it. So it's totally up to you whether you need a little boost or not. The activity pages have the prompt right here up at the top. So there's my favorite washi, my favorite decorating elements, which, you know what? I probably should have put that. Never mind. There's no regrets in crafting. Let's just move on. So my favorite washi. Let's dive into this. To be honest, I don't even think this is all my washi. So I'm thinking that my favorite washi, if we want to call it that, I feel like I don't even have all of it. I bought a lot of delicious washi when I got to go to Japan. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I just don't think it's all here. This does not feel complete. But what if I made a little challenge to myself, like, this could be washi that fits into like a certain, I don't know, like certain colors, or they all have to have numbers, like maybe they're all numbered washi. I don't want to make this too hard for myself. I think I'm just gonna grab whatever washi catches my eye. Washi, in my opinion, is one of those craft supplies that you could definitely do a decluttering of very easily. I think washi is one of those things where we get real excited about it, or it looks different online than it does in person, and then you're kind of regretting you purchased it, or you bought it when you were sort of like, oh, I want to use my coupon, and then it's not as magical as you thought it would be. I just feel like I have some washi that I'm like, So I'm going to make, I have this one roll that's actually like little pieces of washi. It's like little rectangles, which is super fun. It's actually a really fun washi. And I'm just going to make a little grid because I love grids. I love grids. Good night, Colette. Good night, Marcia. Hi, Cammie Brown. Welcome, welcome. Megan, we're going to have, I think I'm going to do a giveaway for next Friday is going to be when I do that. I'm going to do a giveaway. It's not really a late night crafty club. It's the retreat eve party. So the night before the retreat goes live, we're going to have a gathering on my YouTube channel next Friday night. And I will do a giveaway. Based on what, I'm not sure, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that will be fun. And you can get a free entrance to the retreat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We need a welcome song. Hi, Miss Dawn. I'm just seeing your little name now. Hi, Kelly Bangs. And Esther, are you still here? Are you crafting with me, my friend? Kelly says you have you definitely have a washi collection. I don't feel like I reach for washi. I don't as much as other things. I don't feel like it's a must be in my arsenal kind of product. I feel like it's a nice to have, but there are lots of pages I do that have no washi in them. No washi at all. Upside down washi. Is there any other kind? Ooh, okay. So for those of you ladies who were already got you, Karen, I suspect that you were something of a rocker girl. For those of you girls who are harmonizers, you're going to the retreat, you got access to the welcome center today. Did you watch your videos yet? Did you find the process to be everything I hoped it would be? Smoother, easier? I know not everybody needs as much like step-by-step help. I know, there's lots of people who just will breeze right through it. But we do receive a fair amount of emails and comments in the group. So that's who I'm speaking to a lot of the time is the people who feel a little more challenged. Karen says, I am known as Poison Lily for a reason. Awesome, Miss Andrea. I'm glad to hear that. Yes, Karen, the 80s did rock. The 80s rocked, and then grunge music came along and stomped on all of it. and made it forever disappear. Awesome, Chachi. I'm so glad to hear that it went smooth for you. Thank you, Diana. I love my washi too. I really do. I picked up some really cool, very special washi in Tokyo. They take a lot of pride in some of their washi. Like they have local artists design it, and so there's like some very beautiful washi there, like handmade type, like old school. Life at the Corner Castle says, I couldn't have done it without the workshop. Well, I am glad that thank you, Miss Kathleen. I'm not sure, Mr. Crafty, do you see Miss Kathleen's comment? Okay, because Mr. Crafty was our guidelines page engineer. Not to throw him under the bus, but he and I were kind of the last people holding the bag kind of at the end of all the building process. So it was like it was up to us to double check all the last pages. So that guidelines page, it actually comes from our website, so it exists already. It's not something we built special for this page. We just linked it. And I saw it myself. It is a very robust page. It has a lot of stuff on it. Karen, how exciting. Wow. Like, let's see. So Karen is going to a concert that features Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett. That's amazing and awesome, because if you're a fan of one, chances are you're a fan of another. That's a great lineup. And like, to me, Poison's, like, my favorite Poison song has always been Every Rose Has Its Thorn. That's definitely one of those 80s ballads. Do you guys remember how fun, like, I don't know. I liked that music. I mean, I wasn't huge into that music, but I did like it. And I always felt kind of sad because I really did not care for, like, more grunge music. I did not care for that type of music. I'm sorry if some of you love grunge and you're all about it, but that was not my that was not my jam at all. And I was really sad that a lot of the fun, like, hair bands, as they used to call them, they just they just really thwarted their careers. It just changed the whole face of music for music you couldn't even understand. But isn't that what it's like, though? Isn't that how music, it just kind of evolves, and then it's another generation who has music that, I I don't know, maybe like older generation doesn't understand or like. There's literally no rhyme or reason. I am really just grabbing washi at random off of these things. Aw, Karen says that's her favorite song forever. It's such a good song. Hi, Miss Stephanie. I have not seen your little face in forever. She says they're coming to Seattle too. I hope I can go. I did not know. Is that whole lineup coming to Seattle? Oh my gosh, is that whole lineup coming to Seattle? And when are they coming to Seattle? Ooh, Robin says she inherited a ton of those plastic pouches from her mother-in-law. That's awesome. I hope you put them to good use. Put them to good use. Cozy, glue stick down. Glue stick down. It's a glue stick down night. I wish we could play real music. Not that this isn't music, but I just wish we could play like, you know, music. Not the commercial freestyle. Glue stick down. Okay, so Karen says Bon Jovi and Bryan Adams were just announced yesterday. Were they announced like to join that particular concert? Because, hello. I've seen Bryan Adams in concert before. He is awesome in concert. Another man that's very good at ballads. Oh, snap. Stephanie, when are they coming to Seattle? That is my next question. Can you help me out with that? Because that would be epic. That would be epic. Good night, Miss Life at the Corner Castle. I might need to change my name. Life at the RV. Life at the trailer. Life at the... I need to think of a good name. Life in my mom's driveway. Mark, do you like that one? That'll be our new YouTube channel. Good night, Tamara. Have a good night. Sleep well. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Bon Jovi is amazing in concert. Bon Jovi puts on an awesome... Is he still not as handsome at his age now as he was as when he was younger? He is still a good-looking man. That's amazing, especially with that kind of lifestyle. I'm really... It's... You never know. You know, when you sit there and drink a lot, party a lot, some rock stars, they look very aged, but he's not one of them. Okay. So look. Got another one down. Okay, so let me find out here. Where am I going? My favorite washi. Check. My favorite decorating elements. What are my favorite decorating elements? What would I say that is? What would I say that is? Okay, make sure that was grammatically correct. I don't know, you guys. I'm leaning towards a layering circle as being my favorite decorating element because I feel like if I had nothing else on a deserted island but a word strip and a label, like a journaling label, a layering circle and a word strip, I think that I could manage life with just those two things. I would dare to say that I could even give up honeys. Just if all I could have was just, if this was it, I would say this is probably my favorite decorating elements. Life at the Motor Lodging. September 2nd. Mark Speaker. Paging Mark Speaker. September 2nd, sir. I already know what's going through Mark's mind right now. I don't want to go to that. I don't want to do that. Maybe she'll forget about it. Maybe she'll ask someone to go with her and I won't have to go.
Look, candy.
Do I know my husband? He's definitely back there plotting the I don't want to go. I think Mark wants everything in his life to come to him in his living room. He never had to leave his house. He's worse than me. I'm ripping my paper. Okay, so apparently there is you have to put these on a certain way. You cannot just be willy-nilly. Or can you? Maybe, you know what? Let's just be willy-nilly. Let's just live dangerously. It is what it is. Okay, so cut off this little ripped paper. So this is bad. I tragically ripped my page, and then it didn't even matter because I ended up doing this anyway. I have no idea. I'm just literally sticking the circles down, which kind of feels a little bit like, you know, when you're younger and you just play with abandon with stickers and have no rhyme or reason, and that's what I feel like right now. I gave up my right. Did I ever tell you guys the story of how I had this little this little sticker collection, and I loved it, and I would pull out my stickers and admire them, and I gathered them for years. They had some of the classic like scratch and sniff stickers in them, and there was some puffy stickers in them. They were so special and important to me, and you don't use stickers when you're that age. You just have a collection of them. I had them in a little plastic yellow pencil box, and they were so important to me, and I don't know what I was thinking at all, but somewhere along the lines, when my daughter was young, I don't know, 5, 6, I was not thinking, and I gave her the sticker box, and I told her, these are very precious. This is my sacred sticker collection. Thinking that she was going to treat them like I treated them, as if she were the same kind of little girl that I was. And my daughter is not at all the same little girl that I was. And the next thing I know, I turned around and she is using the stickers. She is sticking the stickers. Not only did she stick them to like books and papers, she stuck them to the walls, the door frames. She decorated our apartment with my sticker collection, and I had to hold back tears. Oh my gosh. It was like, oh my gosh, do you not understand? You don't use the stickers. You just look at them. It was a very, very hard lesson for this mother. I learned a very big lesson that day. It was very sad. It was very sad. The day that my stickers actually got used. Okay, so here we go. This is me using up. Do I get sticker sheet down? Sticker sheet down! Okay, this one is just a few. Okay, there we go. I did it. My favorite decorating elements, which are layering circles. Okay, so my favorite decorating element, so that's a check. Build a washi snowflake. Okay, so another page that I can do easily is building a washi snowflake. It is 8 o'clock. So tomorrow I could do some of my art journaling pages during Craft Afternoon with Corey. Don't forget, if you joined us late, that I'm doing two live shows tomorrow. I'm doing not the first Love Club. I'm doing Chapel Crafting with Corey at 11 a.m. and I am doing Craft Afternoon with Corey at 2 p.m. So that is your time to work on your scripture challenge and also time to work in your playbook if you'd like to. I need to keep working on my word search. Okay, here is the Build a Washi Snowflake. Now, I admit this is probably not one of my favorite activities in the book to do, so I've kind of been like, do I want to do it? Do I want to put something else down? I guess the part of the problem is like, to me, that's a lot of washi to use, and I have no assurance that it's going to look good. You know what I mean? Like, do I want to put down that much washi and find out I don't like it, and then all that washi is like forever wasted? Because I don't want to, there's no way in the world I want to like find a way to store the washi after I pulled it off and put it down. Oh, no, I still have my little foot masks on. They are all still on. Hi, good night, Kathy McBride. Good night, good night. Lynn Myers, I have to do 2 pages in my fall playbook, and then I will do an epic flip through of my entire thing on YouTube. Those are just 2 pages I have to do. I have to dress the honeys, and then I am done. Yes, Kimberly, I miss that song. Say Sayo Playmate. I do miss that song too. I think what Mr. Crafty was thinking is that it's kind of dangerous these days with YouTube to play music. We got permission from that singer. Her people gave us permission, but you never know. What if that person who gave us permission got fired? And then someone else hears it and they're like, hey, they didn't have permission. We will get a strike even if, even if we got permission, we would get the strike and we'd have to prove that we had the permission to use it. And it's kind of a pain. YouTube doesn't make that process easy. And after spending time in YouTube jail last summer, I feel like Mr. Crafty and I are just not about that crime life. We just don't want to go back to jail. You know, it was a lot of prison bread, huh, Mark?
Not about that crime life.
I do not want to go back to YouTube, to jail. Yay, Lady Prepper, glue stick down. Whoop, whoop. That's awesome. I'm going through my list here. Miss Arlen, good job. Thank you, Kimberly. I am so glad that you enjoyed the little videos that we produced. The first of many to come. Okay, so I'm just kind of, I don't know. This is what I'm thinking. I give you guys permission. You have permission to redo a page. If you don't love the prompt, if you don't love what we've suggested, you can do whatever you want. It's your playbook. And I'm kind of feeling like I want to play that card right now. Mostly, here's what I think. I feel like a lot of my washi it feels pretty transparent. So, I don't know. I'm calling an audible. I'm changing the game. We're switching the plays. I'm doing something else. I'm going with, what do I got here? I reached into my box of paper and pulled out a dictionary page. I'm cutting up some dictionary. Oh, Victoria. She says that it was painful for her and her craftiness when we were in jail. I know, because what we were left with is not as friendly to people who definitely need the what do you call that? There's a name. It's closed captioning. Yes. YouTube does make that friendlier, but Facebook does not. So that was definitely something that Serenity said the reset community definitely felt that crime life. Yes, we all paid a price for that, didn't we? We all learned a painful lesson. So that's why I think we decided to kind of give up the Say Sayo Playmate song. That's not to say that one day I won't use it in something, just something that's not like a live. I feel like they punish you more when it's a live content versus a video. If it's just a recorded video, I'm sure I could get away with it, and it would be easier to get out of trouble. Okay, so I don't know. I'm feeling a little saucy tonight. I'm feeling like I want to use a big fat number stamp. Well, Tracy Cannon says she's got plans tomorrow and can't come. Well, that's okay. I'm sorry that she won't be able to join us, but Sounds like you have something to actually, you're going out, you're stepping out. And dinner theater can be very fun. Could be very exciting. Good night, Miss Suzanne. See you in the morning. Okay, I'm thinking that some of these stamp pads are just kind of old now. Miss Pam, we were in, I am joking about it. We weren't really in real jail. We were in YouTube jail. So YouTube penalized our channel, for a video that nobody saw. There was not a single view. It was just Mr. Crafty was testing a live feed. He wanted to make sure that, you know, like how we have lives, he wanted to make sure you guys would be able to hear it, see it. And in the process, there was some, like a show, a video or something was playing in the background maybe, and the audio picked it up. And so in the testing process, we got tagged as if we had put, what do they call that? As if we had copyrighted stuff in our video. And although no one actually ever saw it, heard it, or anything, they still treated it as if they did. So they punished us for 90 days. We weren't allowed to have any lives on our channel. And it was very sad. Because we were just starting to get, like, we were just starting to, like, be back in the saddle with YouTube, and it was really awesome. And then we were booted out right before camp started, which made it really difficult. Okay, so I cleaned up my stamp. And I have my number 9 in place. Probably the most used number in this whole collection, I'm sure. And let's see. I'm just looking around at all my ephemera. I have different things in my little, yes, she says, oh, YouTube playing their control games. Yes, YouTube is very, they're very interesting in how they do things. And then it makes it very difficult for the creator to prove their innocence or communicate with a real human being. I feel like they let a lot of computers, like kind of make those decisions for them. So it's not a human being that analyzes the situation and makes the decision. It's like they have a software that does. And wow, this is a great pack. These are all stickers, and they're all like little vintage. I don't know where I got this from, but this is awesome. They're like little things for journaling on. Okay, so all I need is I need some people. And they are actually, this was last year that this happened, so they've gotten even more strict about all of their guidelines and what they, I mean, I've never seen at all what they do now, so, but our punishment was actually kind of unique. I've not heard anybody getting a punishment like ours, and I think that ours was unique because it was a live video versus a recorded video. And I think that that's what affected us, is we were allowed to put stuff on our channel still. We didn't get in trouble for that. It was just we couldn't have any live events. What makes that kind of hard is just, you know, like not everybody wants to go to Facebook and all that. So it was kind of hard not to be able just to do regular public events. I don't mind doing stuff that would just affect like a paid product. I don't know. I know what I came in here for. I came to get a girl. So I'm feeling like I don't remember. I know what I did. I organized things, and now I've forgotten I organized them. But I was showing you guys earlier how I had these honeys in here, and I think what I'm looking for is in this little folder. It's all honeys, all the ladies. Like this lady, like that cute little lady. So I'm going to cut out this little lady. Her cute little outfit and her cute little hair. And we're gonna kit her out. Yes, 90 days is an extremely long time, I gotta tell you. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I've been doing for a while and that I really, really like. Good night, Tracy. Is this little white pocket of paper right here. So what I'll do is I'll come through and like cut the arm on the honey, and just to get that white out. This is what happens if you don't print on clear stock. You end up with this white space that you have to trim out. And so I've just learned the easiest way to get to it is just cut through her arm. See how her arm has been cut? When I lay her back down, her arm will come back together, and you will not even know that I ever cut her little hand off like that to get to it. Oh, every time I talk about the honeys, it just sounds so brutal, doesn't it? Cut her, slice off her hand, cut her arm. Poor little honey. Trimming her hair. So I'm probably going to be wrapping it up here very, very quickly as soon as I finish this page, because we need to have some energy for tomorrow. We have 2 lives tomorrow. So I've noticed that after I do this kind of like Friday and then double shows on Saturday, I am done. I'm ready to like fall over asleep. Like my battery has nothing. I can't even have a conversation with Mr. Crafty. I'm like, just let me have it. I need a nap or silence or something. I feel like my battery gets extra drained. But I know a lot of you guys can relate to that. And take no offense to what I am saying. So, so I want to make sure I don't overdo it. Okay. Oh, now it's getting warm again. Okay. So here's my girl. She looks really cute. Good night, Wendy. Susan, yes. All the honeys that are in this little folder, they come from different collections. You can always find honeys in our store. We have sold them like as independent products for a very long time. So there are literally tons of honey bundles. Well, okay, there's not literally tons of them, but there's many of them. Like we started numbering them because there were so many. And Mr. Crafty, what would you say that bundle number got up to if you were to guess?
I think we're on 14 or something.
I think it's higher than that.
Okay.
I think there might be like 20 of them. Or a little under 20. Okay, and then see how our little hand came right back, and you can't even tell that I ever cut it. So that's a very cool little... And I don't know why that never occurred to me to do that before. I just did that like, I don't know, last year. I've cut up so many of these girls, and yet one day I was like, you know what? If I cut her right there... Do you hear how that sounds? It just sounds terrible if I cut her right there. Dun dun dun. Dun na 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 na.
But it's only been 2 hours.
Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, now that I've bum ba-na-ba-na-bum-ba-bum. Sometimes randomness is fun. Like it doesn't even need to make sense, right? I could even cover up the number and re-stamp it. I kind of like this down here better because of the straight lines in here. I think I'm going to glue it down here. Yay, Paula, I'm glad that you like the little recipe cards. Aren't those fun? Those little the sketch recipes, those are my absolute favorite printable of all the printables. They are my favorite. I like them so much that I think I want to sell them in our store and continue adding to them, because I think they're just really fun and make it really easy to have somewhere to start. Ooh, the blue's pretty. It's like really bright, but awkward. Bum, 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 ba-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, word strip or letters. Let's do some letters. Okay. Okay, we're playing the letter game. So I have no S's. So it's got to be words without S's. Yes, Mr. Crafty, why are you laughing?
That just sounds like something I've heard. I can't place it. Words without S's.
The recipe cards are in week 4 of the retreat printables. There are a lot of, you have 30 retreat printables, so it's definitely, I'm pretty sure that's more than we've ever done before. So you guys are getting like the biggest we've ever done, amount we've ever done, and in my opinion, the coolest. What did I do with my... Sometimes I tuck stuff away when I'm talking to you guys, and then I don't pay attention to what I did with it. And now I'm sitting here going, where is my little folder binder thing of them? I mean, I really don't have that many places that one can hide things here on my desk. It's, as you can see, it's not that kind of situation anymore. Oh, I see. They're hiding down here on the floor. Okay, so if you guys joined me late and didn't see me in the beginning, open them up. I have these fun, super fun little journaling sketch cards. They're little recipe cards, and you get 2 sketches per card, so that you're actually seeing 2 different setups that you could do for your handbook. These are like easy button little layouts that you can do very easily. You don't even have to think about it. You just copy exactly what I did. I'm going to have an entire workshop video around this little tool, and they're my favorites. My favorite thing in all the printables. And so those are going to be something, I mean, I love them so much. I worked really hard on them, and I really, I think that would be something I would continue to create and sell in our store, so that we can all have a big old stack of sketch cards, because they are fun and make crafting so much easier. And that, my friend, is what this whole retreat is about. What kind of little tricks and stuff can I add or incorporate into this book to help you have an easy button to start with? What little activities can I do that will help you have more harmony, more peace of mind, help you get past some of the obstacles that keep you from crafting when you're not having a good time in life. That's kind of my goal. I'm struggling right here trying to even think of a word. I can't even come up with one word. One word. Do we have a word? Do we have... I can't do glue stick because I don't have... Oh, you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use... I have multiple ones of these.
Nice, it's about harmony.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
Somebody else said that, but you're missing an arm.
Oh.
But it's on the other sheet.
Yes, I'll just steal one from... I'm going to rob Peter to pay Paul is what I'm going to do here. Thank you, Megan. She says that the recipe cards are a brilliant idea. I agree. I love them. I came up with ideas for the Harmony Retreat like 2 months ago. I started sketching out an outline of things that I could add or talk about, and they were at the top of my list because so many people really loved them from Camp Wannacraft. And I had taught a workshop where I introduced the little sketches and having them as a tool that you got to leave with after taking the class, and so many people remarked on them. I was like, okay, people are into this. They really, really like them. So, I don't know, they've become kind of a staple in my mind of tools that are so helpful to help you break through mental blocks. If you don't have to really think about it and you can just follow what's on a page, would you be more apt to craft? Okay. It's on my way. Yes, Pam says the recipe cards are great for crafters without ideas and vision or direction, like a simple game plan. Exactly. It's not for you when you're firing and you're inspired and you can craft for, hours. That's not the time to bust out the sketches. The sketches are like a go-to tool when you are just ugh, I've had a long week. I'm so tired. I'm going to go craft in my room for stress relief. But you're feeling like you're kind of scraping the tank. You just don't really have much. You don't feel that inspired. Kind of pushing yourself maybe. That would be an example of when the sketch cards are time to bust out. Let's pull them out now when I don't really have mental capacity to come up with ideas. That's kind of how I was envisioning them for you guys. I think about how I feel when I'm not just really up to it. And believe me, I get like that a lot. It happens to me frequently. And so having a place to at least start from, and you might go in a different direction, you might add stuff. Good night, Susan. Yes, Serenity, that's yes. And so that's another technique we're going to learn. I'm going to do a workshop about, which is scrap lifting, and I'm going to show you guys how to add scrap lifting into your Harmony Handbook. So we're going to have all kinds of ideas in there for you, that will not require you to rely on your own imagination at the time. You'll have something that will help you get through an empty tank. What am I looking for right now? I'm looking for my, I'm looking for something that refuses to be found. I'm looking for my correction tape. Haha, it was hiding. It was hiding. I decided that I want to make this disappear. And I'm going to put a word strip up here. Here's the perfect word strip. The activity page prompt now says, focus on what's important. And the answer is harmony. And now I need to get my little, I need to get this up here. Today is the 17th. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, and also that one, and also this one. and these two. Okay. A lot of art journaling pages to do. Okay. So I have done quite a few pages tonight in that amount of time. Not that that was like complicated to do, so, but I'm still going to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did 5 pages. I probably have some photos I can add to that by now. Still on my mood board to do. Maybe I can try to get that done for Crafternoon tomorrow. Okay. So I finished this one called Build a Washi Snowflake. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've said all the journaling spreads to do. Winter collage. I think another reason why my tank is kind of low right now is all the work on doing the getting the welcome center all up and ready to go. I think I think I came into this already kind of with a low tank. We have been just working tirelessly towards getting the first few stages of the retreat ready. The next stage obviously is making the retreat live. That's next Saturday. Can you guys believe it? You're going to be at the winter retreat next Saturday. So next Friday, if you missed earlier when I first started, next Friday will be another live that we'll be doing. It's not a late night crafty club. It's celebrating the launch of the Harmony Retreat, and it's open to the entire community. So you can bring your craft supplies and just craft with us. And I'm going to do a variety of different things, I'm sure, during the show. But one of them is having a giveaway for people who want to win a spot in our Harmony Retreat. So I'm going to do some giveaways for that. So I hope that you join us next Friday for that. Tomorrow, we're going to be having, sorry, let me answer a question in the chat room. It says, when it says to stamp a page from the checklist, where or how did everyone do that? So one of the prompts is stamp a page. So you can bust out your stamps. You could do a pattern with your stamps. You could do one stamp if you wanted to use that as one of your... So it's probably a good idea to jump into like where the art journaling pages are and use this as a place to do like a little stamp. Or you could do that in one of the activity pages. There's a couple places here. Right here, activity page, my favorite decorating elements. You could do this whole page as a stamp. Create a collage with stamps. So that would be another page that you could do that with. Or like I said, you could jump into the art journaling. So there's multiple places to do some of the prompts from the checklist challenge. You can pick a place to do that. So that's another place to get some creative inspiration, is using the checklist challenge. If you were just like, here's the blank page, what do I do here? So here's a great idea to jump in with. Or you can use your art journaling your art journaling prompts here. So there's like favorite poem, the word seriously, this year's goal, free, inspired by the song, old meets new. There's all these little prompts here. So you have multiple ways to complete a page. It's not just one way, it's many ways. So that's kind of how we took some of that decision making that you have to do. We kind of prompted you to respond in different ways. And I find that to be helpful, because oftentimes the blank page is very, it doesn't inspire me or challenge. Well, I don't know. I guess because I do the show, I guess it forces me to do it, but crafting on my own, sometimes that's not very inspiring. So, this is just a made-up word I was using with my leftover gold letters. I'm just making up my own words now because I literally have nothing else. There's no vowels. Oh, I think maybe, I don't even see that sheet any wonder. I wonder if I threw it away. I hope I didn't throw it away. That was kind of like a, I don't know. That sheet's been places. It's been through things. Yay, Stephanie says she's very ready for the treat to begin. No, Cheryl Ann, the freebie download was last show. It was on the 3rd, January 3rd. That was the freebie for the month. Okay, so I'm winding down, you guys. I am scraping the bottom of the barrel. And I'm sorry about that. Usually I'm good for at least 3 hours, but I'm feeling a little tired because today was a big day. Today was a big launch day, and we have a lot of workshops to film in the near future. You have 4 full weeks of really fun workshops coming your way. You have bonus videos from our creative team each week. We'll be having 2 lives per week, all retreat long. We'll also be doing public chapel crafting with Corey, so they'll be open to the entire Reset community. And next Friday, if you did not hear me say it, next Friday we'll be having a live party to celebrate the launch of the retreat. And I will be doing giveaways to win a free spot. So I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm just not, I try to push myself a little harder, but I did do more than I thought I would. I mean, I talked a lot tonight, but I still got some pages done. So tomorrow we will have chapel crafting with Corey at 11 a.m. And then at 2 p.m. come back right here, same bat time, same bat channel, crafting with Corey, 2 p.m. It will be to work in our playbook again. So it's the less chat, more chit show. It's where I don't do all the talky talk, but we just sort of jump right into the crafting. So if you just really want to get focused, get your playbook on, that is a show for you. So generally that show tends to be 1 to 2 hours, somewhere in there. And then today was a big milestone day. If you signed up for the Harmony Retreat, Mr. Crafty is showing you guys, there is the calendar has been updated. So all of the retreat events are now on the calendar. And then we have 2 chapel crafting with Corey events have been added to the calendar. The Harmony Eve party is on the calendar. So we've got lots of new events up there to look at. If you are on the fence about joining the Harmony Retreat, you have 1 week to make up your mind. 1 week from today, we'll be having a party right back here. If you want to come back to join, everyone on the live has the opportunity to win a spot in the retreat. I will be doing some giveaways for that. Haven't decided what I'm going to base it on, but I'm going to do something. So I'm going to make it possible for some of you to win a spot or get refunded if you already bought your ticket and you win a spot. So we do that too. So thank you, Mark. Okay. Mr. Crafty goes, "You're circling the drain." He sees the writing on the wall. He's watching his wife just spiral down. Anyway, I love your faces, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up and spending this time with me. I hope that you had a great time. And then tomorrow we have those 2 lives just to hang out and do some more crafting. So but please check out theresetgirl.com. We have new content up, the new calendar, and we have a little schedule for winter. So if you are new to the community, you can see what is the Reset community doing this winter. And you'll see everything we're doing. You'll be able to join our newsletter, join our little clubs, and be part of what we're doing here in our live crafting sessions, okay? But I love your faces. I hope you have a good rest, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully in the next live. Bye, everybody. Goodbye. Mwah. Bye, everyone.